of birth control. Okay, there are four main groups of birth control methods. First is natural, second is chemical, mechanical, and surgical. Okay, these are different methods of birth control. Okay, some people like they don't want to have like a child. It's depend on them what should be the reason. So but they don't want to have like they don't want to give birth to the child anymore. So due to that they are using certain like methods to prevent the pregnancy. Okay, so the first method is a natural method. So a natural method, the first thing is like if we see it here, uh, withdraw a penis before ejaculation. But this process is not a very reliable method, right? We cannot trust. Still, there is a chances of pregnancy. Okay, we cannot trust on this method. Second is abstinence. Abstinence is actually the process where like the couple avoid to do sexual intercourse. So definitely it should be the most reliable method. It should be the most reliable method. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, uh, let me discuss to about the another method, that is rhythm method. That is which method? Rhythm method, right? So in rhythm method, intercourse is avoided at ovulation period. Cannot be like like they are the abstinence clear. Now a rhythm method is in which couple avoid, in which the couple avoid to do like they avoid the sex, avoid at the ovulation period. Now a question here is like how the ovulation they will know that it is the time of ovulation. Okay, at this time they should know that how it's like the time of ovulation. So like how they will know that it is the time of ovulation, at this rhythm method and that time that there will be a little bit fluctuation, like the female body temperature will increase at that days. At that days what will happen, the female body temperature will increase. So on that days she should also like she may know for his cycle like that from his period that these are the days, like there is more like day 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, like these days. These are the most fertile days in this day. These days there is like most chances of like after 14, 15, 16 days, most chances of fertilization. So in these days the couple avoid the sex. So the first thing I told you, female know from her period. And the second, there is the temperature of female body will increase little bit. Okay, from there due to that reason she will avoid sex. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, now let's move toward another. So this is chemical method. A chemical method is actually contraceptive pills. Contraceptive pills are those pills that like that avoid pregnancy, like the female will not give birth to a baby, right? So like if she's using these contraceptive pills, so that will like the pregnancy will not happen. These contraceptive pills contain progesterone and estrogen, in which prevent ovulation. We know that like a progesterone is there. So what are the rule of these hormone? After pregnancy these hormone actually stop the production of FSH and LH. So if it is stopping the FSH and LH, it means no maturation of follicle cell will happen. We know that follicle FSH is responsible for the development of follicle cells, right? While estrogen later on after pregnancy, like estrogen is sorry, estrogen is responsible for sorry, I'm taking my word back here. Like progesterone and estrogen, these two are responsible for the endometrium lining, right, to be thick, right? Okay, but at the same time, after ovulation and when fertilization happen during pregnancy, these two hormones actually also inhibit FSH and LH production. So if a person take it in a contraceptive pill, so that will not, like, the ova will not mature, follicle cell will not mature. If it's like not mature, there is no ova, so no, like, no again pregnancy, or no again, like, no fertilization. Okay, so here if a female is using it in the pill, so it means his body will feel like this, that she is a pregnant, right? But actually she is not a pregnant, but she is taking the tablet. Due to that, in her body progesterone and estrogen is more, and that are suppressing FSH and LH to no, like, no ova produce or no ovulation happen, right? So I think it's clear about contraceptive pill. Second is spermicidal kill sperm and the vagina. Should, these are special creams, like that, like especially at use on condom and diaphragm. I will discuss it, these two. Okay, during sexual intercourse they use it, and this spermicide cream actually kill the sperm. Okay, if it released to female vagina, if there is spermicidal cream, like it is available, and like in the medical store is, these are available, these cream. So if each female use it, so like, but usually it is using with condom and diaphragm, like they use it on condom and diaphragm, okay, to make like more reliable, okay, so that no pregnancy happen. So these are spermicidal. This is the chemical method. Third one, we have mechanical methods. The first is use of condom, formidome, diaphragm, and IUD. Okay, you can see again a mechanical method, use of condom, femidome, diaphragm, and intrauterine device or IUD. So the first is use of condom, a rubber sheet placed to stop the sperm entering the vagina. Okay, this is a rubber like sheet, like they put on, like, and the erectile penis, and then that prevent the entry of semen to the vagina. Okay, and this, like, it also like prevent the semen entry to the vagina. Also it's having important role, it prevent venereal disease spreading. Remember now, what does it, like, what means by this term? It is most important thing. Okay, it means like here they are preventing here different diseases, such as like sexual transmitted disease. Okay, so if one couple having such a disease, so he or she should be careful, uh, like during sex, because that disease can transfer uh, to the another partner. So this play important role in sexual protection, prevention of sexual transmitted disease. Same with femidome, it is just like a plastic sheet placed inside the vagina. The first one is for the male use of condom, while femidome it is for the female, and that prevent entry of sperm and prevent sexually transmitted disease. Okay, now another we have diaphragm. It is a dome-shaped rubber barrier fitted in the cervix by a doctor, right? And it prevents the entry of sperm into the cervix. Remember, mostly in the question, like they mention you in the past paper, that like what is the place where the diaphragm will be placed in female body. So that place is cervix. Okay, dome-shaped rubber barrier fitted in the cervix by doctor and prevent the entry of sperm into cervix. Okay. Another we have IUD, intrauterine device. It's a plastic coated copper coil and surgically inserted into the wall of the uterus, like it's inserted by doctor to the in the female uterus. And when it is there in the uterus, this coil, so this called IUD, and it actually prevent the implantation. It prevents the embryo implantation in the uterus, right? So these are mechanical method. So I will show you. Let's see here. This is IUD, This one, you can see it here. This is anti-uterine device, IUD. Okay. Is it clear? Okay, now mechanical barriers, like if you see here, the first one here, it is condom, and second one, it is femidome. Condom, I told you, for the penis, and femidome, it is for the female vagina. Is it clear here? While this one is a diaphragm, it's placed with the, like, in the place of cervix. It's also prevent the entry of semen into the female body. Remember, like, entry of sperm may not enter to the uterus. Okay. Second, remember, I told you about the spermicide cream. Okay, so spermicide cream, actually, it's they apply on the here on the condom, or here in the on the diaphragm, and this spermicide cream will kill the sperm. It means spermicide cream are using with combination with diaphragm and condom. Okay, now another method which we have, surgical method. Okay, surgical method, the first one is vasectomy, and another one we have laparotomy or tubectomy, right? So vasectomy, actually, in this process, when the couple decided that they will never give birth to the baby in whole life, so they will move toward this process. Sperm duct are tied or cut, so no longer sperm leave the testis. Is it clear? Testis, they will not live. It means what happens surgically, they actually cut the sperm duct. Okay, you can see here in the picture, in the second picture, come here, vas differine, right? Vas differine is the second name of sperm duct. Okay, so here what they did, they cut that sperm duct, see, look at here, and then tied it. Okay, so like, it means if they cut it, so if the sperm are there, so they will not travel to the, like, it will not reach to the urethra, right? Okay.
Master,
Yes. Please, I'm not taking any question now. If you are want, I will mute all of you. I just keep you so that I know who is.
تحية للسوايا.
Please don't talk. I just keep you only one student too, so that I know that like that my sound and everything is clear or no. Okay. So when I finish the lecture, all of question I will take it today. Don't worry. I will give you more time to all today. Okay. Now, please. No, 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 no. I will stop it here.
تحية للسوايا.
Just let me
واحد
mute.
واحد.
Let me mute.
واحد واحد. اوكي. اخباركم؟ صباح الخير.
Okay. Now, surgical method, surgical birth control method, and now the second one we have. The second one we have laparotomy or tubectomy. Oviduct are tight or cut. No egg or ova can pass down. Is it clear? So here, like in when process vasectomy, they cutted the sperm duct, while in laparotomy, it's for female. So here they cut the oviduct and are tied. Okay, so no egg or ova pass down. Okay, these methods are the most reliable method. Means like it's like we can trust on that because there is no chances of any pregnancy, while in another we cannot 100% trust on that. Okay, now good, is it clear up to here? If you want to review it, please review this slide once again from the beginning. Just review it. This is the first slide that I discussed. Okay, this is the second slide that I discussed, chemical method. This one is the third one. Okay, is it clear? This is IUD, intrauterine device, mechanical barriers, surgical method, vasectomy and laparotomy. All right, now let me move toward another topic. Okay, so the first one is artificial insemination. An artificial insemination procedure use a thin flexible, like what is it actually? You know, like some couple having like problem, so they cannot like give birth to the baby. For that reason, they are moving toward artificial insemination or in vitro fertilization. So let me discuss these two in detail. An artificial insemination procedure uses a thin flexible tube to put the sperm into the woman reproductive tract. Around the time of ovulation, for example, some couple with having infertility problem, insemination can improve the chances of pregnancy. Like what happened here? Like artificially the semen is collected from male and they put that sperm into the woman reproductive tract. If it is vagina, cervix or uterus, they put it directly, right, through syringe. They put it directly into the female vagina or cervix, okay, or uterus. Is it clear? Like they having infertility problem, like they cannot give birth to the babies, so this artificial insemination, it enhance the chances of that fertility. Why it's enhanced? Because that like that already inject directly to the female body. The semen is collected from one partner, from male, and that inject into the vagina. Like maybe some issue with male, okay, or like maybe due to any reason, like due to any reason they cannot give birth to that baby. For that reason, they are collected semen from the male and they are putting into the female body, like vagina or cervix, okay. Like here, if you see here, when the child, but here we having some problems of artificial insemination. When the child grow up, he may want to know who is his biological father. Some people think that the identity of the sperm donor should be not given. You know, like here, one thing is sometimes they are collecting the sperm from the, like from the, we can call it like from the husband, right? But the problem here is in some cases the husband semen having sperm count less, or sperm produced that is not good, that is dead sperm, right? Due to that, they having no ability to fertile the egg, right? And some like partner having problem of erection. So due to all these pathological reason, they are collecting that semen. So if they have no such a issue with the male sperm, or like that are not dead, or the amount of sperm is enough, so for that reason they are collecting from like the that couple, like that husband. But in some cases there is no enough sperm, or there is certain pathological reason, due to that they are collecting the sperm from a donor, right? So later on, if it's the sperm is collecting from donor, it's faced like when the child later on, when he become adult, he's facing different problems, like sperm donor, like most of this, because if you know later on in the society that he's not his biological father, so after that he start arising question, he start asking question that who is a biological, who is his biological problem, while most of the sperm donor remain anonymous. So this can make such issues in the society. Is it clear? Now, another method we have artificial insemination, right? What happened here? Here actually is like most of the issue with a female. Let's suppose female body is not producing the ova, right? And some maybe for our female having problem of like some problem in the duct. Due to that the fertilization not happening. For that reason they are sorry, I'm discussing here in vitro fertilization. Okay, so that for that reason then they are moving toward in vitro fertilization. Okay, so what happening in vitro fertilization, the two world and bio mostly use, remember, one is in vivo mean inside the body, while in vitro the process that happen outside the body. So here in vitro means fertilization that happening outside from the body. Okay, fertilization that happening outside the body means here that the sperm and ova will fuse outside from the male and female body. Is it clear? So what will happen here? First of all, the ova will collected from the female body and that will mix in a petri plate with sperm, right? So fertility drugs are used when the woman is not producing enough sperm, enough egg. She is given hormone including FSH and LH that cause multiple release of egg. Then eggs are collected and placed in a warm liquid in a petri dish. What's happened initially, FSH and LH is injected to the female body. Why it is injected to the female body? So that and the female body more and more ova produce. After that, that ova well collected by doctor and it placed in a petri plate. And that some of her partner's sperm are added after that. And fertilization take place in the dish. 2 or 3 of resulting zygote are inserted into her uterus. So that like definitely there is more ova in the petri plate. They collected more ova because so that enhance the chances of formation of zygote. That's why they collected more ova and sperm and they mix it in a petri plate. And after that, when these two, like when zygote form, they take that zygote, okay, is the resulting in zygote and place that zygote in the female uterus for the implantation. Okay, 2 or 3 they are putting, right? Now why they are doing this? So that it increase the chances of implantation of zygote, where they develop in the usual way. It means in the usual way means the zygote, they will develop into embryo and the embryo will become like they will implant in the endometrium lining of the female. Now it's the normal process. Okay, so this process is called in vitro fertilization, the fertilization that happen outside from the female body. It means the sperm and ova fuse outside from the female body. Okay, now if you see here this picture, what is happening here? I told you already, maybe female having certain issue, like especially the special reason is there's some problem in the duct. If you see this cross and she's unable to, like the process of fertilization is not happening. For that reason, FSH LH hormone is injected to female body to enhance the production of more and more ova. And after that, they collected that ova and mixed that with the sperm and a petri plate, and then zygote form and zygote little bit start mitotic division and embryo form. So this embryo they can insert it in the female uterus for the implantation. Okay, you can see the picture very clearly. You have, please study. Is it clear? Okay, now problem of IVF. IVF is actually the short name for the in vitro fertilization. The treatment is quite expensive and not always successful. Okay, it's a quite expensive, and we cannot give 100% guarantee that it is successful, the embryo will implant. Second, sometimes 2 or more or 3 embryo develop. Like I told you, to enhance the chances of pregnancy. Because of that reason, they are injected more than 1 embryo, like into the female. So the couple might have twins or triplets when they really only want 1 child. They want only 1 child, but maybe she give birth to 2 or more than 2 babies. Okay, so these are the problem. The first thing I tell you, expensive, and the second is sometime if a couple don't want to have more than 1 child, but she give birth to that. Okay, study the slide, please. All right. Another method we have, sexually transmitted disease, right? Those disease that transfer from one partner to another partner, right, during sexual intercourse, right? This is that are called sexually transmitted disease. Okay, there are, like, for example, one partner have that disease and they're having sexual intercourse, so from one partner that can transfer to another partner. Like, there is different type of disease, like syphilis, gonorrhea. These are the name of the disease that caused by bacteria. These are bacterial disease, while there is also viral disease. The important one that mentioned to us is AIDS, right? Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. It's a viral disease. AIDS is which disease? It's a viral disease. Now come to world, it is the sexual transmitted disease. One of the type of sexual transmitted disease, AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome. HIV is actually the name of the virus, human immune deficiency virus, while AIDS is the condition that, like, the disease that caused by HIV, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Okay, acquired means they can transfer from one partner to another partner. Okay, immunodeficiency means in this disease, a person immune system become deficient. Deficient mean here the immune system become weak. It means that HIV virus attack on our immune system, right? Second is, like, the last one is syndrome. What syndrome is? It's the collection of symptoms. Actually, when the immune system make weak by HIV virus, so different pathogen can attack on a person body. Even opportunistic pathogen can also attack on a person to cause disease. Opportunistic means those pathogen that, like, they are not normally causing disease to us because of our immune system. But when these organism, these microorganisms, when they get opportunity, they can cause the disease. Okay, so AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, is a disease caused by HIV virus. How HIV virus affect the immune system? How it affect immune system? Remember it. Actually, we have 2 types of lymphocyte. Lymphocyte is actually white blood cell. One is T lymphocyte, another is B lymphocyte. Okay, T lymphocyte, when pathogen enter to your body, T lymphocyte stimulate B lymphocyte, and B lymphocyte will produce antibodies against the specific pathogen. Now, what happens in case of HIV virus? It will destroy the T lymphocyte. And with it destroy the T lymphocyte, so B lymphocyte will not activate. Once again, listen. HIV virus actually destroy our lymphocyte. we have two types of lymphocyte. One is T lymphocyte, another is B lymphocyte. T lymphocyte activate when pathogen enter to your body. T lymphocyte activate B lymphocyte, and that B lymphocyte produce specific antibodies against that pathogen. Antibodies are then destroying that pathogen. Is it clear? Now, what happened in case of HIV? This virus, this HIV virus, destroy the T lymphocyte, and when it destroy the T lymphocyte, that are unable to activate B lymphocyte, and when they are unable to activate B lymphocyte, so B lymphocyte is now not producing antibodies against any like pathogen. So in this case, our immune system is weak. If in this case our immune system is weak, so it means they are now unable to protect us from disease, and such like tuberculosis or pneumonia, such disease can cause by like any pathogen that enter to our body, they can cause disease because there is no any protective mechanism. Okay, that's why we call it HIV. It's a syndrome. Okay, it's a syndrome. Okay. Okay, all right. Now, come toward the method of transmission, how this HIV is also very important. Unprotected protected sexual intercourse with infected person. Unprotected means like without condom or use of foamidome. If a person do sex with the infected person, so that can transfer through semen to another person. Okay, drug use involving sharing needle used by infected person. It means here the use of HIV contaminated needles. Some people like they reuse that needles. Okay, especially in poor country like our those country, there is no a specific mechanism to discard these needles and like that. So some people like can take it, collect it, and they can reuse it. Okay. Uh, so that can like, but remember here, if we should use, we should write our sentence like this, or we should use our not only sharing needle, sharing of HIV contaminated needle. If it is contaminated with HIV virus, so that can be transferred to another person. Okay, another we have transfusion of infected blood. If one person having HIV, if he gave the blood to another person, so that can be transferred. Infected mother to fetus can also transfer. Okay, so it means here I learned one point here that it can cause the placenta. Feeding a baby with milk from an infected mother. And last one is unsterilized surgical instrument, and especially if the instrument use it for any surgical operation and it is again used for another person, so it can lead to HIV. Okay. You can study the slide. All right. Now, so prevention of HIV. Okay. So condom for sexual intercourse, or refuse sexual intercourse with infected person, refuse sexual intercourse with infected person. It should be there. Okay. Screening blood for transfusion. Like before transfusion, transfusion means transfer of blood from one person to another person. Some people like there is during operation, like surgical operation, or during some like some problem to a person and he need a blood, so that's process called blood transfusion, the transfer of blood from one person to another person. So blood should be screened before transfusion. If it having HIV, so that should be not transfused to another person. Okay. use sterilized needle. Sterilized needle means that having no any, like it should be sterile, there should be no any on that needle, there should be no pathogen or spores of pathogen. If mother has HIV, she should not feed her baby. She should find any alternate way for the baby, like feed baby with bottled powder milk. Okay. The last one, we have used sterilized surgical instrument. These are the prevention of HIV. Hope all of you understood it. Okay. Okay, so let me check all of your first. I think how like I should take you one by one all of